Hey everyone, welcome to another Wrestle Talk Wednesday podcast. I just want to start off by saying, sorry I didn't upload throughout the week. I had a assessment on for school, as well as Dylan did as well, and he's also joining us again. This podcast. Say hello.
Kobe.
So we're working on our things, and we couldn't really record videos, and I was thinking, I'm still going to be talking to Dylan about it, but I was thinking maybe we could do like a collab channel, so I'll be talking to him off camera, obviously. But other than that, 3 points today will be Triple H and Bray Wyatt, a potential Wyatt family Triple H feud. Shane McMahon and the Vince McMahon thing on Raw. Y2AJ's breakup, the Raw review, as well as the network exclusive / pay-per-view roadblock predictions. So, anyway, welcome back to the show, and we will get started right now, starting off with the Shane McMahon, Vince McMahon. Your thoughts, Dylan?
I don't understand what's happening with them now, because Vince is like going through the photos and like breaking them, which I think is kind of sad.
Disowning his child.
Yeah, his own child. Like, he probably has spares and whatever, but still.
I don't think that was. Part of me says that wasn't scripted.
I don't know. We all know Vince McMahon is wacko when he wants to be, but
I don't know, I guess.
And then Shane fights off the security like a boss.
Yeah, I don't know where this Taker Shane feud's going. I mean, we all thought that it's Taker's hometown. We talked about this last week. Mania's in Taker's hometown. Why would you make the man lose twice at Mania after having won the biggest streak?
Yeah, that's a good point. But I'm hoping what they'll do is that Shane will get injured before the match, and then he'll choose someone to take over, and it'll be like a return.
It honestly can't be Cena, because Cena already announced at the WrestleMania 33 press conference that he won't be competing at all. But it's weird, because do we want Taker to lose? Do we want Taker to win? Do we want Shane to win? Do we want Shane to lose? Because if Shane loses, then the authority stays, but if he wins, then we get potentially a brand split, which is what we want. But if Taker wins, I should say, there's not really anything on the line. He's just going to have another win at Mania.
Yeah, I don't really want Taker to lose in his hometown, and
as much as we don't want him to lose, it's like, what has Taker got to lose if he loses at Mania twice? What has he got to lose? It's not like the streak's already been broken. So what has he got to lose if he's gonna lose?
I guess that's true, but it's in his home state, and it might be his last Mania, so I don't.
I think they've already confirmed that Taker wants to fight Cena, but
yeah, that's not gonna happen. Unless he sticks around for another year, who knows?
We all thought it was going to be this year in his home state as his retirement match, but obviously it looks like he's going to be doing his retirement match in Orlando at 33.
Yeah, we all want him to stick around for another year. No one wants to see him go.
It just sucks. I mean, if Cena versus Mania was planned out, and then Rollins got injured, Cena got injured.
Everyone got injured.
Everybody got injured. Roman Reigns.
If only Roman could get injured.
I don't know. We'll get to the Raw review next, but I don't get it. The only thing I see Vince Taker losing is if somebody somehow interferes. If I don't know, Shane, or if somebody just has a surprise return and I don't know, makes Taker go down. Maybe I wouldn't have a clue. Maybe I honestly don't know.
I'm hoping for Stone Cold, but I'm not sure.
Stone Cold with his neck, though.
Yeah, I know.
They can't do Lesnar because they've already had their three-way. They can't do Cena because Cena's already gone. Triple H is in the main event. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
There's not really... I mean, unless you want to start another Wyatt family feud, which, let's face it, the Wyatt family are just there to job.
Basically.
Do I think that Taker should be versing Shane in a Hell in a Cell? Probably not. He is an old man. He can't even perform a chokeslam anymore.
Yeah. He's getting too old for his own moveset now.
And that's what I mean. With all these injuries, Taker's forced to have another match with Cena.
Yeah, it's not fair. And plus, Shane McMahon's he's not as old as Taker, but he's still a bit older himself.
Yeah, it'll definitely be... I mean, the highlight of the night will at least be seeing a Coast to Coast.
Yeah, that'd be a good spot to add.
That would top WrestleMania, especially with the whole Reigns, Triple H, Ambrose. We'll get to that later, but I just don't know what's going to happen. Will Vince interfere, make Taker win? Will Taker win, and then somehow Shane will have to beat maybe Triple H or Vince, his own father, in a match at Extreme Rules? We don't know. Usually we get these answers by now. Usually people have already leaked what's going to happen after Mania and what's happening at Mania, but this year's been a bit tricky because people are getting injured left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
I mean, Rollins comes back in a couple months, so that's going to be good, but we'll just have to see how it plays out at Mania.
Yeah, have to hope he goes well.
Yeah, which will probably lead us on to our next point, which is the Raw review.
Yep.
Raw, once again, it failed times. Yep. I know Vince doesn't like ratings, but they've at least got to do something with the show. A Bray Wyatt Ambrose main event, it was sort of predictable how it's going to end. The whole Wyatt family scene.
Yeah, that's true. And they're mainly mid-carders, the Wyatt family. Ambrose,
they're basically jobbers.
Yeah, I think they're pushing Ambrose a little bit more to a higher card status, but
Ambrose deserves the high card, but let's think about it again. Ambrose deserved that higher card back after the Shields broke up and they didn't give him. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it now. He deserves it way more than Reigns. But I can't really see Ambrose main eventing WrestleMania. I'm not saying I don't want to see it happen. I just can't see it happening. With the way that WWE have pushed Ambrose into the title scene for how many years in a row, for how many years now, and they've just taken, and he's just come short every single time. He's basically starting to look like he's not looking like a joke, but WWE is starting to make him look like a joke every time he gets a title shot. He fails.
It's true. But we all know he can put on good matches.
He can put on really good matches. It's just...
Yeah, he can. He's good, so I wouldn't, be surprised if he's in the main event at some point, because I think he should be. But they just need to push him right. They don't need to force him.
And it's just the same with Reigns. Reigns with the right booking could easily get over with the crowd if it was 2014. 2016, you should just keep him off for about 6 months so people can just not worry about him anymore. This is when everybody's back, obviously. But just keep him off the card for a bit, maybe even fake him an injury. Just get him off the show just so people can relax. We can sit through Rollins, Cena, Cesaro. Put all those guys up, and then you bring Reigns back maybe to screw maybe the mid-carders. Maybe Reigns can win a United States or an Intercontinental title. He just doesn't fit the WWE title scene.
Yeah, I don't think he suits it.
There's not really much they can do with Reigns.
No, I don't think any title suits him, to be honest. I'm not trying to be like Reigns, but let's face it, they've made the US title basically for the cruiserweights kind of thing now.
Yeah, the mid-carders, the guys who used to be jobbers. Yeah,
exactly.
And that's why I'm excited to see the cruiserweight tournament, which I think is going to be actually on the network with all the Japanese guys, and I'm hoping... I don't think they will be bringing back a cruiserweight title. I hope they do. That would be spectacular, so they don't have to make the US title just a cruiserweight title, but at least bring in some Japan guys. I mean, they've already brought in AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, the whole Bullet Club have just signed up with the WWE, so expect that in NXT. But
yeah, I'm excited to see Nakamura on NXT anytime soon.
But Japan has definitely a lot of talent. It's just bring them into the WWE with the right booking. They can be top stars. Knowing Vince, that's why I hope Shane can win, because Shane actually understands that, right, we need new talent, yada yada this, yada yada that.
Yeah, but I reckon it's gonna be kayfabe controlled if he does win. I reckon it's not gonna be.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But,
he won't actually. Yeah, go.
Yeah. Maybe Vince is doing all this shit booking on purpose so that when Shane wins, they can make him look like he's better at booking. Maybe he's trying to fuck with us, or.
No, but Shane's always been that guy to always understand it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, look at Shane. Shane hasn't had many accomplishments. But...
He doesn't, but we know that he doesn't back down from a fight either.
I don't know. I actually want to move on to Sami Zayn. The whole Intercontinental title. My bold prediction. I know this is saved for the final part of the show, but I'm going to say mine early, and I'll probably repeat it at the end of the show. Mania. Kevin Owens, Neville, Sami Zayn, triple threat, Intercontinental title match. Book it, Vince.
Book it, Vince.
Sami Zayn. No. Here's how I would book it. Now, before you murder my family, after I say this, just think about it for a second. Just think about it for about 5-10 seconds after, and then you'll understand. Have Neville win it.
I agree.
Zayn comes in. Good. Look at how much Zayn's accomplished, though. Zayn is already a worldwide phenomenon. Everybody knows him.
Yeah.
Whilst Neville, look at his debut. Everybody in the arena didn't know him. Not everybody did it. Well, in fact, Neville deserves a championship. Neville is definitely a future world champion. And by taking the title scene out of the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, you can make that feud go on until Money in the Bank, say, and then have one of them win Money in the Bank. Because those two are definitely main eventers. Neville has the potential, but he needs to work his way up.
Yeah, I think he needs a bit better booking as well.
He's been classified as a jobber. Yep. Recently, with the right booking, he can easily be top mid-card, go from mid-card, say, surprisingly win a Royal... No, again, maybe win a Royal Rumble, probably not. Win some number one contenders match, goes on WWE title, and just... That's how he gets into the main event scene. Well, you've still got... Yeah. And that's what I like about Cena at the moment, because Cena's not working with the main event. Cena, for once, has actually gone down to the mid-cards, and it's helping the younger talent by burying them. But, anyway.
Alright, should we talk about our next topic?
I just want to quickly touch on Sasha Banks, Becky, and Charlotte. Just a quick little...
Of course you want to touch Sasha Banks.
What the Divas division, the Divas match of Mania is going to be awesome. The only thing that could make it better is Bayley.
Yeah, definitely.
4 horsewomen Mania equals perfecto.
Yeah, but I don't want Bayley to be rushed into the scene either.
Yeah, I honestly don't want Bayley to just lose the women's title just with the click of the fingers to Asuka. Let's face it, Asuka is... I'm not saying she's a bad wrestler, but she definitely doesn't fit in. Let's just put it that way.
No, I don't really like her either.
Especially because most of the old divas are making their way out of the business now. Natalya, Bella Twins, Alicia Fox. They're all starting to make their way out of the business. Paige, not so much.
Nah, man. Paige is here to stay.
I honestly want Paige back on NXT just so she can work with those younger talents. She could definitely boost up Emma, Nia Jax, etc.
Yeah. But I want her to win another title at least.
Yeah, maybe have Paige win the NXT Women's Championship again. Just maybe continue that thing from 2014 where she had to relinquish the title. Maybe continue that like, oh, I've never won it. Maybe turn her heel and be like, never lost it. I won it, but I had to relinquish it. I never lost it. Therefore, I should automatically become the champion because I never lost it.
Yeah, and then she gets the title match. But like, if she takes it from Bayley, the only way I'll accept a Paige win is if it's a really fair and good match.
Yeah, not if it's a crappy screw ending.
Yeah, exactly. I want it to be a good match, and if she wins, she wins.
As far as the Mania Divas match goes, I want Sasha to win. Sasha deserves the belt.
Yeah, just I want a new champion. I don't care who wins, but I want a new champion.
As long as Charlotte doesn't win, I'm happy.
Exactly.
Honestly, Becky deserves it. It's just, I reckon Becky was sort of rushed up from NXT. Because if you watched NXT, Becky was sort of in that lower NXT card. Put it this way, she was basically where Emma and stuff is now. So she wasn't at the top of the lead of the championship rank. She was sort of down below. She was still working with Sasha and Charlotte and etc. But she was not quite there yet.
Alright, so next up, Y2AJ.
I feel sorry for anybody who bought their t-shirt.
Yeah, oh, I can just imagine all the little kids.
They're like, Y2AJ, yes, a week later, they just wasted their money.
Yeah, I think it's dumb. Like, I like that they've broken up the team because now I think Styles can go on his own career by himself, a singles career.
Yeah, AJ deserves it. That's why, I don't know if we touched on it last week, but AJ should definitely join the rankings of a United States Championship or a Intercontinental Championship. But at the moment, I think
he's made for the IC.
No, I think he should just stick with the US at the moment, considering it's like a cruiserweight and the Intercontinental is sort of taken into the Sami Zayn, Owens, Neville feud.
Yeah, well, the IC title is kind of made for the technicians of the company now. I wouldn't be surprised if Styles is pushed in that ranking.
Honestly, I would like him to just do a singles career, no belts, and then as soon as you start to see like all the younger talent go up to the roster, then start making him win the belts. Maybe a couple months from now. Maybe have him feud with maybe Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I want him to put on a good feud with someone that'll fit.
Also, make him have a... Okay, I'm not saying he's bad, but at least get him a couple losses. I mean, he's came into the business all strong, looking like a guy that nobody can beat. Clean, at least.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, yeah, he's a worldwide phenomenon. But I don't know. He definitely needs some losers so he can fit in with the ranks. Not too many losers. Don't make him Bray Wyatt jobber, but just give him a couple, just so it can even out his rankings.
Yeah, don't make him Super Saiyan, no way, please. Don't make him another Roman
Reigns. Don't make him another Roman Reigns and just shove him down our throats, because we'll end up hating him.
I hope you intended that pun when you said phenomenon. Was that intended?
Not so much.
Damn it.
I don't know. Y2J, I think he should stop wrestling. He needs to retire.
Yeah. Or at least work with NXT.
Yeah, go down back to NXT.
Or even, retire and work as a trainer for NXT. Just like...
Or what he should do is have Nakamura perform in NXT a couple months, just so he's learning the style of wrestling. Then replace Chris Jericho with Nakamura.
Yeah. That's fair.
So have Chris Jericho wrestle for, say, 3 to 4 months, just so Nakamura can get used to the style of WWE, and then have him replace Chris Jericho, whether it be a debut match against Chris Jericho.
As long as he's not pushed too early or shoved down our throats, then I don't mind.
I can definitely see him as a cruiserweight, maybe a US champion.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't deserve a WWE World title, let's face it.
No, not really.
I mean, he's a great wrestler and all, but the world title scene with Nakamura, I'm not saying it would look dull, it just wouldn't really fit.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit exactly. It's like giving one of the social outcasts the title.
It's like giving Santino Marella the title. It just can't be done.
Santino, I don't mind as US champion, but just because he's funny. Like, I don't mind him as like at least US champion. That's the only title that suits him. But I reckon that Nakamura deserves US.
There isn't really much that you can touch on with the Y2AJ because it was only gone for a week, so...
Exactly.
I think I might have to move on to another topic, which will be a potential White family Triple H feud. Now, this was all over the internet as soon as Raw ended, or I guess you can say it was for a time period. It was. Everybody was like, "Is this like a potential White family Triple H? Is it gonna start off something big?" And do I think it will? Probably not. Why don't I want it to happen? Because Bray Wyatt will just look like a jobber.
Yep.
Will it make Bray look strong? Maybe. If he does it, does he have to drop the Wyatt family? Hell yeah. The stare down, I mean, it was definitely, it's two competitors. It's like future versus current versus past.
Yeah,
but I guess they're already booking that with the whole Ambrose, Reigns, Rollins. Bray, I'm not saying Bray doesn't deserve the world title scene. It's just it doesn't make sense.
No.
Not really.
No, really.
They tried him out in 2014 and he failed it. He deserves a championship when he was solo. The whole Wyatt family sort of bring him down. Strowman doesn't know how to wrestle. Harper and Rowan are just... all they do is just punch and kick and punch and kick and throw and kick and punch and throw and kick.
No, that's not true. Strowman knows how to hug.
We still yet to see the hug off between him and Bayley.
Yes,
but...
exactly. Baby Strowman hug off, book it WWE. Alright, what should we talk about now?
I don't know. I'm just gonna finish off the Bray Wyatt topic. Should they do it? It's probably not the right thing to do at the moment.
No, definitely not.
Maybe for next year's Mania, yes, but the way that they're going with Reigns, it's just gonna make Bray look like an even more jobber. Because let's face it, Triple H is gonna lose at Mania, and once that's done, I mean, you can't really make Triple H lose that often.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't think that Bray can, at least from what we've seen on TV, he can't compete on his own. He always needs his buddies to help.
Exactly. But with the right booking, I reckon they can do it. It's just like Rollins.
Yeah.
Rollins was seen as a guy, if he didn't have the authority, he couldn't win a match.
Basically.
And that's not what he deserves, because Rollins is a good wrestler. I mean...
Exactly. I want him to come back as a face.
I want him to come back and face Triple H face to face and use the Phoenix Splash as his finisher, not be in the shadow of Triple H.
Yeah, I don't want him to be like that.
I think I saw this meme the other day, and it was like Rollins standing behind Triple H, and then it had Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose in front of Triple H, and it was like that moment when you realize your dad has to help you with everything.
Yeah. I think that's actually pretty true. He needs the authority. He hides behind him, cries. The way they make him look is just dumb.
He has the potential. He could easily be... He's basically portrayed as a Neville, but a main event Neville.
Yeah, basically. I want him to be booked better. Hopefully he can come back and then face Triple H. He can have a feud with him. A good feud, not a terrible feud. And then, he can last to, I don't know, next year's Mania, and then he can return to Curb Stomp or something. I don't know.
I know, I guess around this time it brings up who's going to win the Rumble next year.
Yeah, probably.
Like after Mania, obviously, but my final thoughts: should Bray and Triple H have it?
No.
Yours is no. Mine is yes, but not now.
I don't think it should ever happen.
Mine is not at the moment. It's got the potential to come out as a great feud, just not right now. Which leads us on to our next topic, which is our roadblock predictions.
Yes.
Now, you don't have the network. So you don't sort of know what's going on, don't you? Okay. No, Dylan will definitely be watching a roadblock. Whether I'll probably be. We'll probably watch it together, so we'll be reporting that next week. But Enzo and Cass versus the Revival. My prediction: Enzo and Cass, definitely.
Yeah, I reckon, and I hope Enzo and Cass win. I want them to be pushed a bit more.
And then they debut after Mania.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Sheamus versus Reigns. Why are they doing this again? Didn't they just have their feud like a month ago?
Yeah, well, it seems like they can't find a spot for him, so they just chucked him in a random match. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's sort of like December to Dismember. That in 2006, I believe it was.
Can we not talk about that?
Okay, fine, we won't talk about that. I don't think anybody wants to remember that. But it's definitely a show where it's just they needed Triple H versus Ambrose, but they didn't want to do it on Raw, and then now they're just filling in matches that they don't really need.
They're just trying to make more money, basically.
They're just trying to fill in the show because they can't just have like a 20-minute show with just one match, so they're just trying to make fillers.
Yep.
I mean, the Bray versus Brock makes sense.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
From the whole Rumble incident with the whole Wyatt family tossing out Lesnar, do I think Bray will win? He'll probably job to Lesnar, unless the Wyatt family get involved.
Knowing Brock, he can, like, he is a bit of a beast. You know what I mean? He can do anything he wants, basically. But the way that they've made it look like the Wyatts are stronger than him, I guess they can really bully him around or push him around.
I don't know. It's just one of those matches where it's like you've got a beast versus somebody who used to be Husky Harris.
Yeah. Husky Harris. I think everyone hated that gimmick, including me.
I mean, I don't know. Roadblock's definitely going to be good, but
I hope it's better than Fastlane at least.
I don't know. Bray, Brock, it's not really a match that we wanted to see.
Not really. They're just, like you said, they're trying to fill in gaps.
Yeah. Does Bray deserve to win? Yes. Yes, he does deserve to win. He needs a big win like this.
Actually, yeah, I can agree. He does.
Do the Wyatt family deserve to be at ringside? No. Can the Wyatt family interfere in the match? Yes. Can Brock Lesnar destroy the Wyatt family? Yes.
Definitely.
But have Bray still win. Have an upset victory. Everybody will be like, yeah, okay, Brock's gonna win, but pull out something from your trick books. Pull out something from under your sleeve. Ha ha ha, we tricked you. Bray's actually better than Lesnar. Ha.
Yes.
Who do you think will win that match?
Probably Lesnar, but I want the Wyatts to win.
I'm leaning towards Lesnar winning, but Bray, I want to win.
Yep.
We forgot about the Sheamus Reigns, so let's get that out of the way. Who's gonna win?
Yep.
Reigns.
Reigns.
Sheamus doesn't even deserve to win. Sheamus. Good old fella. The main event, we touched on it last week.
Yep.
I don't know what they're doing. Ambrose, what are they doing with him? It's definitely going to be a good match, but can they screw up Mania? Because if Ambrose wins, they cancel the match with Lesnar, they cancel the whole Reigns, and they've just rebooked Mania within a week.
Yep.
Can they do that?
I
guess.
I'm not sure, really. I guess they can do it, but I don't think they will.
It'll attract a bigger crowd. More
Probably.
people, I guess, will want to watch it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Reigns versus Ambrose in the... I'd be happy if it was Triple H, Reigns, Ambrose in the main event. And then you leave Brock to maybe... If the Bray-Brock match is good, I guess they can continue on with that feud.
Or you can make Brock look like he's been, like, basically dominated, and then he comes back in the main event like the triple threat.
Or what they can do with Brock is maybe put him in the Andre Giant Battle Royal. Does that really fit him on the pre-show? Probably not.
No, he's gonna win, we all know that. He does what he wants. He
Brock
wins when
needs to have a sit out at Mania. He's competed 3 Manias in a row, and his matches were good.
Yeah, how many has Cena competed in a row?
1, 2, 3. Brock doesn't really have an opponent at the moment.
Well, I guess no one wants to face Brock, really.
Ambrose, that's it.
Kayfabe. Yeah, basically Ambrose, but I'm pretty sure that's kayfabe. Like, he doesn't legit want to fight him.
Yeah, that's definitely a behind the scenes
work, yeah.
I do definitely think that the whole Shane Vince is not a work. Because Shane quit unexpectedly. Remember the story. Shane quit because he didn't like the way the company was ran.
Yeah, true.
And, there was that rumor for a period of time where it was like Shane and Vince weren't talking. Shane was too caught up in doing his stuff in Japan or wherever he was doing stuff in. That
business.
I
didn't really talk to Vince.
Yeah.
Didn't want to come back.
Go
ahead.
The Reigns thing is definitely a work.
Definitely.
The fact that Reigns has this massive feud with it doesn't make sense.
I don't want him to feud to brawl with Sheamus again. No one does. But also, on another note,
I don't want to see Sheamus at Mania.
No one does. But on another note, if Shane left because he hated how the company was run, I'm pretty sure CM Punk left because of the same reason. So, what does this mean?
Illuminati can fit in that.
Like, does that mean Punk might come back in a few years' time? 6 years' time?
Remember Punk on Raw last night? They showed Punk in the vignette for The Undertaker. That definitely caused some stuff on social media. I was looking at Twitter afterwards, and people were like, "Oh my god, CM Punk is on WWE.com. CM Punk was in the vignette. Is Punk coming back?"
We all wanted to.
Because I remember I think it was a couple of weeks ago, if not that, a month ago, I searched up CM Punk on WWE.com, and it said, "Sorry, we don't know what you're looking for." And then I searched him up last night, and CM Punk versus Chris Jericho, WrestleMania 28. CM Punk versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 29. It came up with everything that he was before he left.
Jeez.
So
I hope this is a work. And he hasn't really... I know he hasn't obviously competed yet in UFC, but he hasn't done anything. He's got...
We haven't really heard about him.
Coming back. He's doing interviews saying what it's like to be UFC. It's not really doing much.
He doesn't fit the UFC gimmick. He's not strong enough.
And also, just to add more speculation to Punk returning, apparently Cena on Twitter, I think a month before AJ Styles appeared in a Rumble, something like that, he posted a picture of AJ Styles to Twitter, and then he returned. And then the other day, he posted a picture of CM Punk. So, like, what does that mean? Does that mean he just broke kayfabe again?
Well, it was just like Cena posted a picture, I think it was on Instagram, of The Undertaker. That was the lead up to if it was going to be Cena versus Taker.
Oh.
But we all know, but that was like a couple months before. I don't know. I'm checking Twitter right now again.
Yeah, Punk probably. I'm not going to say probably will return, but I think it's likely. There are a lot of other superstars that said they're never, ever going back to WWE, but they came back. Look at Bret Hart. Look at Shawn Michaels. They both said that they're never coming back to WWE, and they came back. Even Mick Foley, I think, at one point.
Look at a big one was Ric Flair.
Yeah, Ric Flair even.
Hulk Hogan said it. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash said it.
Wait, who said it?
Oh, Hulk Hogan.
Who?
Yeah, I don't know where I pulled that from. No, but seriously, the NWO said that they weren't coming back after WCW, and that.
What's happened? And then they did come back eventually.
Mm.
And then, Kevin Nash came back to Terry's Squad again.
Basically. Can I just stop everybody from saying one thing? Number 2 trending worldwide right now is if Trump wins. Okay, let's continue with the podcast. Anyway, so... Look at all these guys who said they weren't doing it. And...
they ended up returning.
Yeah.
Right. What have we got next?
I don't know.
Is that the end of our topics?
Yes. Next up, bold predictions.
For?
The future, like last week. I've already said mine earlier on in the show.
Let me see. Like, what do you mean, pay-per-view Raw?
Just anything, I guess.
Well, I'm assuming that before Mania, Shane and Taker are gonna have, like, some sort of segment together, at least. Like, even if it's just, like, a stare-down or, like, a brawl. I reckon that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I reckon... Triple H is just... they're gonna make H look strong up until Mania, and then it's gonna job to Roman.
Honestly, I said my bold prediction earlier, and I honestly forgot it in the last course because I've been thinking about what we've been saying. So, in case this wasn't the one earlier, it's definitely easily the one earlier, as well as the one I'm about to say now, which it was probably the one that I said earlier, but it's the Neville winning the Intercontinental Championship at Mania. Coming up, the whole Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn feud. Definitely, that is my bold prediction, that Neville, Owens, Zayn will have a triple threat at Mania for the IC title, and Neville will win. I think that's what I said earlier, but in case I didn't, it's the one that from before and the one that I just said. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I think we're going to record a video maybe later if we feel like it. I'm definitely up for it, maybe after this podcast. I know I said this last week, but after the podcast last week, God. Anyway. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, remember to come back for more. Remember to share with everybody. The subscribe button and the like button is there for a reason, so if you want to hit it, then press it. And yeah, you guys enjoyed the podcast. Leave your predictions, leave your comments, and tell us some information that we might not already know in the comments for the next week live. Tell us your bold predictions, tell us your predictions for Roadblock, and also give us your opinion on what's been happening. But anyway, it's been Fuckload 1. See see you guys later.
Subscribe to me.